I want to start out with telling you all about Laura's story. Laura has a son named Benjamin who's just 2 years old when he was diagnosed with leukemia and had to undergo chemotherapy. This means his immune system is compromised because chemo suppresses the body's ability to make white blood cells that fight infection, which means he cannot get a live vaccine. So Ben and people like him rely on their community to keep them safe from infectious diseases. So during one of Ben's routine treatments, he was exposed to a child who was later diagnosed with measles. So he could not be around anyone for 21 days, and on day 19, he developed a rash. He ended up testing negative for measles, but he and his family went through a lot, all because someone else decided not to vaccinate their child. Ben lived, but others aren't so lucky. So today, I'm going to talk to you about how the benefits of getting vaccinated during childhood outweigh the risks. I've gotten all my information from credible sources like the CDC and the Mayo Clinic. So, immunization prevents death globally. And according to the College of Physicians of Philadelphia, 4 million deaths worldwide are prevented each year by childhood vaccination. So I'll be going over what vaccination is, the benefits of them, and the common questions or concerns. So first, let's talk about what exactly a vaccine is and how it works. So the Mayo Clinic staff states, vaccines are medicines that help your body stop infection before it happens. They prepare the body to get rid of something that doesn't belong. In 2022, Glasgow Institute mentions there are different kinds of vaccines. There's the live attenuated vaccine, the inactivated vaccine, toxoid vaccine, subunit vaccine, the mRNA vaccine, and lastly, the viral vector vaccine. Each of these have different ways the antigens are used. So what you guessed in this article, Health Library, Evidence-Based Information, written in 2022, here's how they work. So the immune system can tell the difference between cells that are normally there and cells that are trying to do harm because bacterial and viral cells have special markers called antigens. Each type of virus or bacteria has different antigens. Lymphocytes, which are special immune cells, become active when the immune system notices an antigen. And these lymphocytes make antibodies that help fight off the harmful antigen. So vaccines trigger the body to make antibodies without becoming infected, causing the person to become immune to the bacteria or virus. There are many benefits to vaccines. I can't list them all, but I'll mention a few. All vaccines are meant to target infections, but there are 2 vaccines that even protect against cancer, the HPV and the hepatitis B vaccines. And a good thing to know is also that herd immunity can happen if enough people are immune, either through vaccination or previous infection. And Nailor's Kids Health writes, herd immunity means when about 7 or 8 out of 10 people are immune to an infection, the disease is less likely to spread. And this doesn't just protect the immune. It also protects those that haven't been infected, those that are immune because they can't get the vaccine because of health reasons or religious beliefs, or those that have a compromised immune system like Ben. So the Mayo Clinic insists that vaccines are safe. They're putting a weakened or inactive form of the virus into you. They're not putting a full-blown virus into you. And vaccines have to be tested by the Food and Drug Administration and the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, along with others. Yes, they do have some risks, but most people don't have problems. And any medicine, including vaccines, has side effects, but most of the side effects aren't dangerous. For example, some of the side effects include low-grade fever, headaches, fussiness, and soreness at the injection site. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd rather feel bad for a couple days than die of an infectious disease that's preventable. Rarely, some side effects are severe allergic reactions. So more from the clinical infectious diseases states, the actual statistic is 1 in a million have adverse effects from a vaccine. And yes, these have a possible relationship, but there's no direct evidence that pins the cause solely on vaccines. There's even hope for eradication. Smallpox has already been eradicated since 1980. And I honestly think it's more dangerous to not get vaccinated because vaccinations greatly reduce someone's likeliness to get sick, and the more people get them, the less likely it is for the disease to spread and infect people. And also, not so shockingly, measles, mumps, whooping cough, and chickenpox are already making a vicious return, largely encouraged by children that aren't vaccinated. So who knows what could be next and to what degree. Recently, some concerns have come up about vaccines, so I wanted to address these and answer some common questions. One common question is if natural immunity is better than vaccination. And according to the CDC, it's generally better to prevent sickness than get infection because infections can be so unpredictable and have long-term consequences. Even mild symptomless infections can be deadly. For example, most people infected with HPV don't show any signs. Yes, there's a longer-lasting immune response, but at a higher risk. So a common myth is that vaccines cause autism. So vaccines do not cause autism, and there's no scientific evidence that proves otherwise. The Mayo Clinic staff states, the study that suggested this in 1998 was based on scientific errors, and that study was removed from scientific record in 2010. Some people think vaccination makes them sick because they have a headache, fever, or other symptoms afterwards, but according to the College of Physicians of Philadelphia, the immune system causes this response as they are a sign that the immune system recognizes the vaccine and is preparing to fight the real infection. Lastly, I want to leave you with this. The benefits of getting vaccinated during childhood outweigh the risks. Remember, a vaccine is a medicine that stops an infection before it starts by basically imitating the virus. Some benefits are that it's not dangerous, it's cost-effective, and it has prevented millions of deaths and will keep saving lives if enough people do it. It keeps not just yourself, but your community safer. And enough people need to do it to get herd immunity to ensure safety for everybody. And those few that don't are putting everyone else's safety at risk. So vaccines are the reasonable choice when dealing with infectious diseases because there's little risk, such a huge benefit. Thank you.